Hello, BookTube, and welcome back. Well, folks, I am going to do another book review. As always, with these videos, I am not a professional book reviewer. These will be more my humble opinions, man, rather than a thought out, proper book review. And with these videos, I like to keep them within 10 minutes, so I've got a sliver of structure. So let's crack on. What have I read? So this is Jim Butcher's The Dresden Files, book 18, I think now we're on, and this is 12 months. If you don't know anything about the Dresden Files, it's an urban fantasy setting, and it's about a wizard detective in the city of Chicago in present day. So that's basically the brief of all the books. Now, what's this book about? It's pretty hard to not give you any spoilers. This is book 18. But this one is more about the aftermath and how they're coping after the aftermath of book 17, because massive things happened in book 17. And it's a more personable tale than the rest of them. It's about healing, I guess, mostly. And Dresden's going around trying to sort himself out personally. And the main character also is Lady Rafe, who he is betrothed to. Remember the spoils now, people. From his agreement that he had with Mab, his boss, because he's now the Winter Knight. Spoilers, people. And also in the backstory is his brother Thomas, of Dresden trying to protect and heal Thomas. And on the other side of things, you got protecting the castle, which now Dresden lives in with with the people that he loves. So that's kind of like what's going on in this book, not giving too much away. Now, so what are the major themes in this book? Let's go out. This is, well, firstly, it's about the grieving process. Number one, the 12 months. It's called 12 months because the whole book takes over the course of 12 months after the Battle of Chicago. And through those 12 months, Dresden goes through I wouldn't say the complete healing process, but he's definitely grieving. And, he lashes out sometimes. And that's very much one of the principal themes in this book. Also, like with all the Dresden books, they got these like supernatural, massively powerful people, and it's all about balancing that with being morally just, because sometimes it's easy just to do what you want and take over, and that's very much a big theme in this as well. Other side themes, you got the power again of seduction. Lady Rafe has said she's a vampire-esque kind of a character, and Dresden is betrothed to her, so you've got that in the background too. With all of them as well, Jim Butcher's Dresden Files is very much on the theme of family, so blood is thicker than water, and this book is very, very family oriented compared to some of the previous volumes of the Dresden Files. This is Dresden going, I'm going to put the people I love first, after what's happened in the previous book. And the usual themes that you'll find in the Dresden Files, the freedom of choice, and the bureaucracy again, the bureaucracy of the societies like the White Council against so they've got the bureaucratic societies like them against doing what's right and acting independently. So you got all those themes of the Dresden Files, and some of them are pretty much standard throughout the whole of the Dresden Dresden Files series. Now, some are the writings. If you've never read any of the Dresden Files. The writing style is very pulp noir. He's a detective writer, and he's a wizard, and it's set in an urban fantasy setting, and it's got a fine balance between hard-boiled detective work with that heavy fantasy wizardy stuff. And with all the supernatural bells and whistles as well, of being able to throw fireballs, and there's werewolves and vampires and gods and titans. There's all sorts of madness going on, and that is finally balanced with a detective noir novel of all the Dresden Files. Again, there's the very style is that with Dresden is it's all in first person. It's all from the point of view of Dresden, the whole story. And each book is about 400 pages or whatever. And the tone is Dresden is, again, there's a lot of inner monologues throughout the Dresden Files series. And he's a very snarky kind of a character. And he's a bit too honest for his own good at sometimes. So there's a lot of inner deep dialogue in this series, and it's very much in this book as he's reflecting and trying to grieve. As you can tell, I think from the way I'm speaking about this, I love the Dresden Files. It's very much up my street. I love the character of Harry Dresden. I like the pulp noir snarky wizard who's just going about, flipping off authority and doing what he thinks is right, sometimes to detrimental other plot points. I love some of the side characters in this. People like Odin showed up, the Valkyrie in here. I love the mob boss who's now getting involved in the it's Macron. It's Macron, isn't he? Is involved in the supernatural stuff. I just absolutely love it. I know some people say I've tried the Dresden Files. What I would say to you is you've got to start at the start, right? But the books do get better. The first book, I think Stormfront, is it Stormfront the first book? I don't think it is. Is it? I'm not sure. I can't remember. The books do get a lot better, and you start to feel for Harry and cheer him on to complete his mission, basically. So yeah, I'm a mark for the Dresden Files. And this one, even though I don't think it is as good as the last few in the series, this is a much more on a smaller scale, this story. It's just Harry going through the grieving process and trying to work out how he's going to finally balance some of the relationships that he has in his life, rather than in the previous books it's all the build up to the big Battle of Chicago and then having the Battle of Chicago. So this is on a much smaller scale, and I think I said earlier on in this video, it's much more personable than the other Dresden Files. So, but it balances it well, you still got an end fight in this of when people attack his house, and it goes into what we know Harry Dresden does best. And the introduction of gargoyles in this story is chef's kiss. So yeah, thumbs up for me. I don't give it a rank out of 10 because I think it's, what does it actually mean? 8 Scooby-Doos, no idea, right? So this is a thumbs up for me. It's another good introduction. It's another great book in the Harry Dresden Files, and even though I don't think it's as, for me personally, don't think it's good as the earlier on entries, it's still a great little continuation, a new kind of start again for the Dresden Files. And that's it for me, folks, and I will speak to you soon. Bye, BookTube.